Hello YouTube, I'm Dave from TVR Creators. Welcome to this week's video where we'll be discussing lots and lots of great content to share with you tonight. There's loads of things I want to talk about. I want to talk about YouTube strategies. We're going to be talking about YouTube analytics, how to use your YouTube studio, and so much more. So do not go anywhere. There's absolute loads to get through tonight. So without further ado, let's talk about the first issue, your YouTube analytics and how to use them. So basically, if you're not already, YouTube has a fantastic app that you can have on your phone. If you haven't got it already, you can download it on your phone, or you get even more info if you use YouTube Studio on a PC or laptop. But feel free, as all of us use our phones now, go and use it. It's an absolutely brilliant app. So what you want to test first is look at your latest video, assuming you have videos, which almost you do, and think about of how you can use this in your next video. So look at audience attention, how many views it's had, and also how long people have actually watched. So audience attention, how much people have watched that particular video is so important. What's really cool, actually, YouTube will give little arrows. So it'll be like a side arrow if it's about sort of saying. You'll get a little green arrow pointing up if you've done better than normal. You'll get a rank from sort of 1 to 10 on how good your video is doing compared to your other videos. And sadly, occasionally, if you get a red, that just means for whatever reason you haven't quite tagged your video or titled your video, or perhaps people just haven't connected with your thumbnail in the same way that particular time. But do not worry, because there's so much you can do. So basically, if you go into your YouTube studios and you can compare videos. So you can group videos together in groups of as many as you want, and this will give you a rundown of in the first sort of 10 hours, 20 hours, 28 hours, 90 hours, and then sort of in days of how much people have seen your video, which is a very important thing to know, because you want to know what is working. So when I say test, this is something I want you to bear in mind. So the next thing, something I really want you to think about, is think about how you can test your videos. Now, there's loads of things you can do to do this. You can use plugins like TubeBuddy, you could use other plugins, but the simplest way to test your videos is just by posting your video. So it might sound daft, but you can actually post a video and see how well it's doing. So say, for example, you've posted 5 videos and you've noticed one particular video has done better than the rest. You want to start to think why. So, regardless if you're a gamer, musician, if you're a cooking channel, if you're a DJ, whatever your content is about, you can go, oh, people really like that video. And this is when you should really grab on. So the first strategy I want to share with you guys today then is basically share your video around. Now, the first strategy I want you to make is make more of the videos that are doing better. So if you notice one particular video is doing great, make more of them. So say, for example, I've made videos on lighting, sound, editing, whatever. I want you to look at that and go, right, I want to make more of that. So perhaps you could turn that into a new playlist that you could then put onto your channel. Perhaps then you could sort of, make more of that particular video, that sort of thing, and really hone in on why. Now, what's really important, actually, if you go into your YouTube studio, the tactic you could then use, it will actually give you a rundown of at what point did your audience start to leave your video, and there's a new bar, like a blue graph, that highlights the most dip. Now, literally all videos, the longer the video is, the faster it will go. If you're literally just sitting there and you're really boring in a nice possible way, it will go quicker. And bear in mind, if you've got a video that goes on for longer than half an hour, if not hours, if it's gameplay video or something like that, just bear in mind it will go down to sort of 10-14%. That's just how it is. And the more people that watch your content, the harder it is to keep the attention of people longer on the overall graph. So just bear that in mind. So if you've got a short video that's sort of 5-10 minutes long, you should be able to get 40, 50, and maybe on a good video, even 70% of most of your video. And that's basically what you want. So don't worry too much about what other people are doing. Think about what you're doing in your video. This is highly important. So if you see the graph, You know, obviously at the beginning you'll get people that click on it and leave. That's just what people do. Don't worry about them. But your core fans and people that find your content good, you'll see the graph. What you want is a nice natural glide. Think of a glider going through the sky, sort of gliding down, and as you get towards the end of the video, it will cut off. And what I tend to notice, and you may do as well, as soon as you say, right, thank you for watching today's video, that sort of thing, you will then see another little dip at the end, and the last people will just click off. That's just naturally. So if you can keep that as short as possible, especially on the videos that you want people to watch, bear that in mind, because if you've got some end cards at the end of your video, you want people to click on them to watch more of your videos. You want them to pull them into your channel. So bear that in mind. Right, I'm just going to do a quick hello to the people that watch this live. Hello, Sam. Welcome. I'm just going to read what you put. Hey. Thank you very much. I will talk about that more later. But yeah, I'm playing around with a new setup tonight. Like this setup much. Oh, thanks, Brad. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Wicked. I will talk about that more later in the video, so do not go anywhere. For you core fans, I will talk more about my set later in the video. So basically, the next thing I want you to do is test. What? I'll read that later. Value. So I was just checking the comment. So what I want you to bear in mind now is testing your videos. Now I know there's something I keep saying, but this is a strategy I want you to think about. So play around with different thumbnails, play around with different titles. Now something you could do for titles, actually, a good strategy here is type in whatever that you're making your videos about into the YouTube search bar, and you'll get 10 searches of what people have physically typed in, and you can literally copy and paste that as part of your title. And just to add to the element, so you want that to be the search based part. And what I found more recently, you've got to bear in mind actual people are looking on the video. So not only is the search, so see as the search part of the title is the part that will perhaps suggest your video to people. And then you want something in front of that that perhaps pulls them in. So, you know, like, for example, one of my videos recently, I was like, before you buy, watch. So that instantly makes people like, oh, okay, what's that about? So bear that in mind. So see it all as packaging, and the title and the thumbnail come as a package. Now, thumbnails is something I'm testing with a lot. I'm playing around with different colours to make them visually more interesting for you guys. And this is something that you should always test. Over the next 2 or 3 weeks on my Tuesday videos, I'm particularly testing things like a thumbnail that's just text, a thumbnail that just has me, a thumbnail that has maybe me in different angles or different colours, and perhaps me and words. And I'm testing to see, obviously bear in mind, obviously the different video topics will also have an impact on the amount of people that watch that video, but just bear in mind, you can see, so say for example, I don't know, for argument's sake, you have 50 or 100 people watch a video, and the percentage of those people watch the duration of the video, you know your content is fairly good, especially if it's 5-10 minutes long. And if you know that for whatever reason people have clicked on that video but then it's sort of dipped down, then perhaps you know you need to think about maybe re-editing, or perhaps the topic you were talking about in the video wasn't something that people were maybe overly interested in or whatever. And this is where you can test where the thumbnail goes in. So if you suddenly get a spike in people, it could be a mixture of the title and the thumbnail. So test around what get clicks the most. So if you suddenly get a video that suddenly gets 500 views, that could be something you've done in the thumbnail. Perhaps people just like your face. Perhaps people just prefer text. This is something, and your audience will revolve around your channel, and this is something that you want to bear in mind and something that you want to test. So I would really play around, and perhaps if you really want to test that even better, you could do perhaps 2 or 3 videos on similar sort of things, and then sort of make completely different thumbnails and see which one gets the most views. That's a good strategy to try out, and that's something that I've done in the past as well. And you know, even now I'm still constantly testing to see what you guys prefer. And something else you want to think about, obviously for me personally, the most important part of YouTube in the sense of my audience are you guys watching now. You know, the core people that watch, especially you guys that watch every week. Thank you so much for joining. And if you're getting value from the video, smash that like button if you haven't already. And if you're new here, subscribe and look out for more content coming on a weekly basis. But what I would definitely say is you also want to play with thumbnails because you want to attract, there's another strategy now, you want to attract new people. So if you test with different thumbnails, you might suddenly get a horde of people that have never seen your content, and for whatever reason, they go, oh, I really like that. So quite often, if you've got a video that's perhaps a picture of the thing you're talking about, say I'm talking about a new camera, you know, if I found in the past, if I literally just have a picture of the camera, you're more likely to get people in the nicest possible way, they don't know who you are yet, so they go, oh, it's a such and such camera. So they click on that, they'll watch the video. If they enjoy it, they'll stick around for more. If they don't, they've watched it, they move on. You know, so bear that in mind. So you want to grow your channel. You want to think this is another way you can pull people in. And that's ultimately what you want. That's really, really important. So, you know, bear that in mind, because you want to grow your channel, grow your audience. Now, for me, I've now got to the point, if I'm honest, where I make my videos for my core fans. I'm always thinking, you know, what topics can I talk about that's a bit different. I'll perhaps talk a bit about that later on in the video. But, you know, I'm always trying to think of, right, what haven't I talked about before? Because I appreciate there are, you know, a few of you that do watch my videos every week. And I try not to, I know I sometimes do, but I try not to talk about the same thing every video. So I try to vary it, talk about different topics with my niche. This is something else to think about as well, something to test. So go on your titles and your thumbnails and different topics. And also, going along this, if you're perhaps a gamer, I'll just use that as an example. I always find that just an easy example to use. See what, if there's anything, I can't think of the word. Come on, help me out, someone. If there's any like events going on, there you go. See, so look around for events within your niche, right? So if there's a certain event going on, you could perhaps put that in the title of your video and make a video about that. Perhaps if you watched it or if you've been to it, obviously because of what's going on in a minute, it's harder to go to it, but you could look into what's going on or what's videos, people been there. I've done that with things like CBS and Vid Summit and things like that, and you will find, if you can find little events like that, that will pull in new traffic to your channel, and you may grow one or two you know, core fans. So again, you've grown your channel. So that's a great thing to do. And, you know, ultimately that's what you want. You want to grow your channel, because like all of us, you want to grow your channel to that key first big milestone. Well, for me, the big milestone's 100, but the first big one really is the first 1,000, especially if you want to monetize your channel and perhaps make something of your channel. But if you're just doing it for fun, that's fine as well. But again, this is just another way how you can get views. So something else you want to think about then. So if you're doing, again, a gaming channel or a musician channel, something that does work, but you have to be a bit careful, copyright, but loads of people on YouTube do it. So try it out, see how it goes. Is you could perhaps use the faces of people that do the certain song. Obviously you have to be careful of that, so I'm not saying you should do it, but there's lots of people that do it, and you will find you'll get far more views. Say for example, about a year ago, not sort of thing, but similar sort of strategy, I just posted a photo of some lights that I was talking about in a particular video about a year or so ago, and basically that got about 70-80 views within the first sort of few days, because my face wasn't on it. I was a bit hurt by that. I was like, oh, okay. But thinking about it now, it's because obviously most people don't know you, so don't take it personally. But they might be looking at that particular thing. So in this case, it was lights. So they clicked on that and thought, oh, this guy's talking about lights. And that, you know, and the audience duration was quite high in that particular video. So it showed to me that they clicked on the video and a lot of them stuck around because they found what I talked about interesting, and that was a good video. So another thing to bear in mind. So constantly test thumbnails and titles, and something to back that up, thinking about the packaging, thinking about the strategy. If you've only just joined us, hit that like button. I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly YouTube tips help you build your brand. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now. And if you're getting value from this video, watch to the end, because that's the best way you can support any creator that you like. Value. Right, my voice is going funny, so I'm just going to take a moment just to have a look at the live comments, because why not? This is how we roll here at TVR Creators. So let's see what I've missed. I can... Hang on. Right, I'm just going up. Just bear with me. It's all part of the... So think about your community now. You want to pull in your community best you can. Me too. Don't want to freak anyone out, but can anyone else see the lady's face on the left of Dave? I'm not. There's a face? Where is this face? Oh, I can't see this face. Oh, I see what you mean. You mean how the light is reflected off the... yeah, that looks like something off the Mummy, doesn't it? I did not see that. That's actually quite creepy. Wow, okay. Oh, my days. Looks like a lady. I can see her lips. Dave a pic. Wow, what a setup, Dave. Is it me or is the face and it's only becoming more... Alright, Sam, send me a picture. I'll tell you what, I'm just briefly looking at it now. That's quite creepy. If any of you out there have watched things like The Mummy and things like that, it does actually look like that. So that's quite creepy. This is quite creepy. So while you're looking for the face, which is... I can't... Is it here? I can't get a live feed. I'm just going to get a live feed because this is quite actually interesting. It's like we're doing a live ghost adventure. So the face is here. So I can't physically see it. But on OBS I can, so that's quite creepy. So it must be the angles. I'm just going to say that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about strategy then. More strategy. So if you want to think of a strategy, so if you're completely unsure what to do or where to go with this, but you've sort of got your niche. So if you still haven't got a niche, if you literally only just started here on YouTube, that's fine. Make 3 or 4 videos, YouTube even recommends this, make 3 or 4 videos of things that interest you. If you can, try and come up with interesting thumbnails. Try and think of things that you might type in, how you would type it in, make that the title, do a thumbnail, and then just see out the 5, or 4, whatever's easier, and see which ones get the most engagement. So which ones get the most views, maybe the most comments. Looking in your YouTube studio, which ones gets the most audience duration of how much people watch the particular video, and just get a brief look. Oh no, yeah, Ghost Adventures Live, and just see which video gets the most sort of connection with an audience, and then go with that. This is something I wish I did years ago, but I'm doing it now. So grab that video, and then perhaps, mate, if you're a bit unsure, you think, you know what, that video's done well, but I really like making this sort of video, that's fine. Then this is the strategy I would then share with you. Now, for those of you that have been here a while, you may have heard what I'm about to say, but for you newcomers, or if you just joined us, or you've only been around a few weeks, this could be a new strategy. So then I would then say, make 2 playlists, and make 4 or 5 videos of each topic in each playlist, or separate playlists. Make them as good as you can, and then just see over a period of a few weeks or a few months, however long it takes, doesn't matter too much, and then once you've made them, as a little project with yourself, see this as you're sort of getting into your niche and growing your channel, and along the way you will learn about filming and editing, all the rest of it, things we'll perhaps talk about in other videos. And then by the end of that, you should have a really good understanding, not only how to make a really good video by the time you've made, say 10 videos or maybe more. I personally say it would take between 50 and 100 to get really confident at making good videos, no matter what type of videos you're making. But if you think of this strategy, just honing it in a second, if you think of this strategy, you could then think, right, this particular playlist might not be necessarily a thing I like, but I'm going to join both. Or it could be vice versa. Maybe it turns out the thing you're most passionate about is the thing that wins this little competition. And if you honestly want to grow your channel, monetize in the future, grow an audience, get more views, get more subscribers, everything that comes with growing a YouTube channel, go with that playlist and absolute give value. Value. So what I would say from then is go with it, run with it, spend the next 6 months to a year running with that niche, wherever it is. And if you've already found that niche, use this strategy anyway. You could use 2 mini niches within your niche, if that makes any kind of sense. So say the example again, I'll just say game industry is easier. You could have a playlist of gameplay videos, and you could test reviews, or perhaps it could be just reviews of a game, or it could just be like certain clips or something like that, see which does better and just run with it. And if you're at a crossroads where you're unsure what to do with your channel, you know, it's grown for a while, you're a bit stuck, do it again. It doesn't have to be at the start of your journey. You could do this at any point. You could actually pull in, as long as you don't do something completely different, because you don't want to split your audience, because then you'll get, you know, the people that preferred your old work may leave, and that you'll lose lots of subscribers, and that's ultimately not what you want. So try and keep it within what you do, but at any point you can use this strategy, and then hopefully you'll get more viewers, you'll get more subscribers. More importantly, this is something I think is the most important, you'll get more core fans, and that's what you ultimately want. You want people that watch your content more or less every week, or as often as they can, because obviously we all live busy lives. And that is ultimately what you want, because if you can not only get, you know, see it as, I'm going to go red now, but I'm going to use an example. See it as a day, you know. You could get multiple numbers, but if you don't take any of them out for a day, there's literally no point. But if you take one of them on a date, you could end up having the best relationship you've ever had. So that's just an analogy I'm going to use today. So take your audience on a journey, and then from there start to think of your YouTube channel as a creative journey with each video. So this is the next strategy I want you to use. With every video, think, I need to solve a problem, give people value, and possibly entertain. And if you can do that in every video in any way, just think of that. Then with each video you'll get better and better, and then think later on. You don't have to think about this all straight away. Just as you go along, you'll get more subscribers. Hopefully you'll get more core fans, the most important. And then something I've started to try and do with every video now, try and give each video, this is another good strategy, try to give each video a purpose. So are you advertising something? Perhaps you've got a business, you want to advertise something in a particular video, maybe at the end of the video or within the video. You want to advertise people to your Twitter feed or another channel. I wouldn't recommend that, but you know, another channel, or you know, we have a Facebook community where we share our own videos and content, ask questions. People go over to that as well. You know, things like that. We're on Instagram, so if it's done it again, you know, you could make that. And what a lot of the pros say is perhaps just do that per video. So especially in a short video, perhaps to say, right, in this video I'm going to mention, check our Insta page if you want to see like behind the scene pictures. Next video you could say, oh, check out our Twitter feed. Next video, you know what I mean? So you get the idea, that sort of thing. And that's another cool strategy. I had another really good one that was in my head as I've been talking, and I've just forgotten it, which is really irritating. That's it. With each video, improve upon something. Or maybe for the next 5 or 10 videos, go, you know what? I'm now going to improve on lighting, because audio and lighting are the most important parts of your video. If you want your videos to look half decent, you have to think about audio and lighting. This is a great way to grow your channel. So think of audio, you could think, right, I just use my phone, I haven't really got the money to buy a camera, don't worry about it. You could buy a £10 clip-on mic, like they have in like news reports and stuff, and you can get a wireless one. They cost more, but to give me, you get a £10 wired one. It will connect into your phone. You can clip it on yourself, or you can clip it somewhere. I have a second tripod which costs about £10, and I'll have it on a second tripod, and the sound quality is absolute superb. And also the good thing is, if the sound quality is pretty good, you know, even with the best microphones, it's still going to sound about the same. And what I mean by that is, most people watch YouTube on their phones. So, you know, if your microphone is pretty up there, maybe not the best microphone, but it's still pretty up there, it's probably, to the most people listening, it's going to sound pretty professional compared to people that don't bother doing that. So bear that in mind. And then perhaps in like, I don't know, 6 months time, go, right, you know, I've got sound pretty much sorted, I've got a cool mic set up, I'm going to improve lighting. So you might get yourself a little circle light, a softbox light that I've got here. I've got 2 of them, brilliant, highly recommend them. I've got links to a few things that I use in my description, so go and check it out. And think about that as well. And down the road, if you want to really up your game and get yourself, you know, a decent tripod that's just a bit more heavy duty. Though I've still got one of my tripods that I've had for about 15, 20 years, or whatever it is, and still going strong. I still use it. I think I used it today actually. And and then eventually you can get a camera for higher quality. But just bear in mind, you don't have to get a camera, so don't feel pressured into doing that. But just to think of all these things, and along the way, and again, then you can go back to thumbnails and test them again. By this point, you know, you can go, right, the next 5 videos, I'm going to really learn how to use a photo app on my phone or Photoshop, and I'm going to learn how to make really simplistic but effective thumbnails and test them. And you'll soon know, because more people will watch, more people click your videos. So bear all that in mind. Value. So if you're getting value from today's video, if you just joined us, I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I do this on a weekly basis to solve your problems, bring you value, and absolute value guaranteed on a weekly basis. So there you go. So there we go. So that is the bulk of what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to show off my new VT. So stick around for that, and then I'm going to do a little like after show where I'm briefly going to talk about my new setup and what I'll be doing today for you core fans. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got value from today's video. If you have any questions, please put them in the hello Joe, I've just seen you. Hello. If you have any questions, if you're here live, put them in the live chat and I'll answer them now. But if you watch this on the replay, put them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer any YouTube question that you have. So bam, bam, bam. Anyway, have a great weekend, great week, night, day, whenever you're watching this. And I just want to say to my core fans especially, each of you that have commented now, you all rock. And if you're watching this on a weekly basis, for whatever reason you're not signed in and you haven't been able to comment, thank you for joining us as well. So for me, I'm now going to see you in the after show. You guys rock. So thank you so much, guys, for watching today's video. I'm just going to have a brief look in a live chat. I just want to thank again, if you're still here, hopefully you are, because I just want to talk about briefly what I've been doing today. So thank you again, Sam. Big shout out to you. Go and check out DJ Lady Cuts on Tuesdays and random days within the week. She is awesome. I just want to do a shout out to Brad. Thank you again for watching. And I just want to do a shout out to you because you're always helping the background with ideas and pushing me to keep doing this on a weekly basis. So thank you for that. I also want to thank Perry, who's always here watching. I love your music. Please keep doing what you're doing. I absolutely mean that. You absolutely rock. Keep doing what you do. And there was someone else in the live chat. My voice is going now. Joel, thank you. Hello, I see you. Thank you for joining us. If you're still here, thank you again. And for anyone that's been watching on a weekly basis, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You ultimately rock. And by supporting the channel, by watching all the way to the end, you support the channel massively without even realising. So thank you. So today, I've basically had a whole day. I mean, I'm always filming on different days. You're welcome, Pez. So my voice is going now. Absolute value. If you want to check out the merch, go and do it. Value. Right, so basically today, I'm always, as you probably see, if you're connected with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So my voice is going. Go on, Dave. I'm always filming on different days. It's usually like Saturday morning I tend to do my filming. Sometimes if I get a spare day, obviously because of what's going on at the minute, I have a bit more free time to do a bit more filming, that sort of thing. Anyway, today I decided to have a whole day of doing TVR. So basically I I made a new video that will come out in about 2-3 weeks. I'm about 2-3 weeks ahead of myself on my Tuesday videos. They're my live videos. If you're new here, they're my main shorter videos on YouTube Curation and YouTube, so go and check them out. I made a really cool video. I don't want to give too much away, but it was basically about using lighting and colour to set the mood of your video. That's all I'm going to say about it. And I really like the thumbnail that I made for it. And you can tell my voice is completely going. And I've done a lot of editing on other videos I'm working on for the channel. I also edited today's new VT, so let me know what you think. It's been said, and quite rightly, it's way overdue. I edited a new one. I had quite a lot of new footage, obviously, because I've made a lot of videos recently. So I just sort of knocked it together. Thought, you know, why not? I must admit, I did struggle not to do my mini clips, because I noticed when I talk constantly for half an hour, my voice just goes. It does it every week, yeah, which is quite funny. Anyway, with my set, I thought I would try something different. I know a lot of live streamers have, like, you know, lights and everything going on. I did a opening box video, which you'll see not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. And basically, they're two lights. I don't know if you can see them. I'll try and get them out because they're like quite blinding. I don't know if you can see it. If you can see it. So basically, I got two of these. I'm not going to like overly show them now, but they're really cool. They're just my little flat lights. They come with like gels, and you can put different colours in them. I must admit, it depends on the angle with the colours work. I find you have to enhance it in post sometimes. But with the webcam really likes it. So I basically thought it'd be really cool to try something different. So, you know, I thought I'd have a nice light in the background. I did debate having a camera, but, you know, I didn't bother that. But I thought it'd look quite cool to have one of these lights on orange, amber, whatever colour you want to call it, and shine it against there. Hopefully the ghost lady's gone here on Live Ghost Adventures. I love that show, by the way. And I just wanted to make it look a bit cool, obviously keeping the branding of, you know, subscribe and that sort of thing. I'm using my, if anyone's interested, I'm using my Zoom H1n Dixphone microphone as my microphone. I love that microphone. Brad's going to kill me because he did buy me a really awesome microphone, but I haven't been able to get it to work yet. I'm still working on it. I think it's just been dulled. I like this better. It's more welcoming, more. Oh, cool. All right. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. No, I do appreciate that. Okay, so I'll keep doing that. Agreed. She's back. Evening. Oh, Mr. Dubs. Hello. DJ Dubs. Go and check him out as well. He's another awesome DJ that I do my best to watch weekly as well. So go and check him out. Thank you for joining us. If you've been watching the whole long, awesome. If you only just joined us, feel free to watch the replay after I go off live. Yeah, so basically I wanted just to make it a bit more welcoming, I guess, less busy, make you feel like you're here in the studio with me, that sort of thing. And it's clearly worked. So this will probably grow. So just like everything I do here at TVR Creators, I will evolve it over time, make it look more professional, maybe play around with different lights. I have noticed actually that the webcam doesn't mind the two smaller lights. It quite likes that light. I find with the webcam anyway, when I use the softbox light, my actual Canon M50 loves it. See, I can't go through a video without talking about it. But the webcam just doesn't like it. It just makes me look like I'm a god or something. You know, as cool as that is, but it just makes me look all glowy, and it just looks really rubbish. So, but these smaller lights are really good for webcam. Now you could say, why don't I use my camera? I'll be brutally honest. My live computer just doesn't like it, and it takes too long to set up, and it takes about an hour or two to set all this up anyway. So I'm sure you can appreciate if you do any sort of live streaming. I'm sure you DJs will appreciate there's lots of different bits of equipment, and to try and keep that as simple as possible but as professional as possible is finding that balance. And obviously I do have my studio all set up, but you get the idea. Obviously when I'm filming videos you have to move things out of the way, hence the little table. I've got this cool little table on wheels now, just so I can put my screen on and my microphone. I can sort of roll it out of the way when I'm doing my filming. which is really cool. So yeah, and I have a cool little like wrestling chair, because some of you probably know I love my wrestling, so I can hit people over the head with if they don't like my content. But I usually have like, I do some little notes, and some weeks I forget to do it, and that's when I get a bit like, what am I doing? And yeah, so this is basically my setup. So this is just my studio, and for those of you that have been watching my content for a while, you've probably seen my videos evolve, and the backdrops evolve and change and gradually get more professional. And I plan just to keep growing it gradually, you know, an extra light here, a better microphone there, and just see what happens. And again, as I was saying earlier, taking you guys on this creative journey. So yeah, you're welcome. Reminds me of the storyteller this setup. I hope that's a good thing. No, that's cool. That's cool. If you've got any questions, feel free to knock them in the live chat. If not, I will leave you in peace in a moment. And don't forget to get value. So I hope you guys got value from today's video. Absolute value. I tell you what, I've quite enjoyed it. Always, you probably notice it always takes me a minute or two to get into it, because obviously when you're live, you know, I could get no one, you could get 100 people watching, you could have one night when there's loads. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit like but you know, once you get into it, it's like I just find myself, it's like riding a bike in it. Once you find your balance, it's just like you've never left the studio and you're back in it. I'm sure you can appreciate that. Thank you. Cool. Well, I just want to thank you guys again. Thank you so much for watching. Loving the vibe. Thank you, mate. Absolute, genuine pleasure. All you watching tonight. Thank you. I appreciate all the feedback. I will take it all on board. And hopefully next week's live stream will be like this, perhaps even better. So look out for that. This Tuesday's video is going to be a different type of video. My next two Tuesday videos are going to be a bit different. And they're going to be me opening new tech. So you're going to see me opening a new microphone. And those of you that really know me will probably know that watching me open things is usually quite entertaining. Hello, Leslie. Hello, welcome. If you've been here the whole time, awesome. If not, watching the replay, welcome. Awesome, nice to see you here. I appreciate it. And I just want to say I've lost my train of thought now. But yeah, the next couple of Tuesday videos are going to be unboxing videos. So this Tuesday is going to be unboxing my microphone and having a bit of fun with that, and watching me do that will hopefully be a bit entertaining, because me putting things together is always quite funny because I'm rubbish at it. So you'll have a bit of entertainment there, plus value hopefully. And then the Tuesday after will be a opening of my lights and stuff, so you'll be able to see that while I talk more about them. And obviously on my live streams, you may have noticed the storyteller. Is this going to be a new hashtag? Yeah, that's what. Hashtag the storyteller. I like it. Perhaps that could be a new t-shirt. Or just a new group page or something. Oh god, yeah, that's what it is. This is awesome. Yeah, so, and then on my live streams, you may have noticed it, or intentionally or non-intentionally, I'm sort of alternating them. So one week I talk more sort of YouTube stuff, and then the alternate week, because YouTube has told me that a lot of large audience like the online stuff. So when I'm talking about cameras and stuff like that, and deals and stuff, so it's all about content creation, but just like best place you can get them, people just seem to like that sort of stuff, and that helps, like I was saying earlier, of the strategy to grow our community. So that's partly why I do that, and also just to be something different. Oh dear. So is this like, now children, we're now going to have a bedtime story? I don't know what you're on about, but anyway. Yeah, so from the bottom of my heart, I genuinely thank you, core fans. I've been watching this now for 30, 40 minutes or whatever it is. Almost 40 minutes, apparently. And I've had great fun tonight. I'm glad you guys got value. I'm going to leave you in peace now. I think I've talked enough, as much as I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys, because it does feel pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, share this video with family and friends, or more importantly, people that will like this content, so then they're more likely to watch more of it, hence the growth of the channel. So bear that in mind, and that's for your own stuff as well. And look out for this Tuesday's video, and I'll see you live next Friday. And in between that time, I will be messaging, talking to all you guys in this crazy time. Keep safe. For God's sake, keep safe. Keep doing what you do. And as always, guys, you guys rock. Hooray! Oh yeah, you guys rock. See you down the road.